Hello everybody and welcome to this session on Microsoft Dynamics for Retail R3. This will be one of the webcasts of the new features that are available in R3. This session is about e-commerce and social. My name is Meera Mahabala. I'm a Senior Program Manager on the Dynamics for Retail team. This is a standard disclaimer. Please be aware that this is pre-release product, so you will have all the caveats of a pre-release product in this that apply to a pre-release product here. There will be potentially bugs in the product, and maybe we will encounter some even today during the demo, but we will go through it and continue to present features as much as we can. So the retail investments in R3 is featured along multiple pivots. There is the huge investment around mobility, retail server and the clients that can be used in store. There is e-commerce and social, which is what we will dive into today. There's excellence in retail operations, where we have improved the method in which data exchange happens, and multiple other facets to improve overall operations of retail system today. There's the catalog, order and call centers, which will also be something that you will see. There is the small business retail essentials framework that is available, and there is the enterprise manageability, which is essentially the way in which the large system of with multiple point of sales, online store, and all of which can be managed centrally. Dynamics for e-commerce was released in R2, and the key pillars on which this was based is exactly the same between R2 and R3. But we will go through this a little bit so that people who are new to the system can understand what the key pillars are. The first one is about centralized data and order management across all channels. One of the key pivots of the e-commerce system is that all data is available in AX, and this can be configured as such. So for example, the channel management, which is by which the online store is represented as a channel and is managed through AX. Catalog management, the ability to compose products as a collection and enrich them with data that is specifically required for the online store, is referred to as catalog management. Merchandising, the ability to price the various products, the ability to price them in a fairly advanced way by doing things like quantity discounts, line discounts, the ability to do threshold discounts, the ability to do mix and match discounts. All of this is available and configurable from Dynamics AX. Order fulfillment, all orders that are submitted at the online store are brought back into AX for fulfillment. The advantage of this is that inventory can be centrally managed, inventory can be utilized to the maximum potential, and then the fulfillment processes can exist as they are and be potentially shared across channels. The next key pillar is about cross-channel and cross-device workflow. One of the features that gets enabled by these kind of a centralized configuration system is that the multiple channels are talking to the single central AX itself, and because of this we can do a number of cross-channel scenarios. For example, like the buy online and pick up in store, buy online, return in store. All of these kind of scenarios become available because of the architecture by which the e-commerce system is built. We also support omni-channel loyalty, the ability to join a loyalty framework and join a loyalty card in any of one of the channels, and the ability to redeem points from the accrue points across any channel and redeem points across any channel. So one of the things you can do is you can join a loyalty scheme online, right? But when you go into the store, you can accrue points. You can accrue points when you also create a transaction online, and you're also able to view the points across all of these transactions online. So this is something that is made available also. Another feature that we have added is along gift cards. So the same thing applies to gift cards. You can buy gift cards either online or in store, and you can redeem it in any of the channels, including the call center channel. So cross-channel and cross-device workflows become a very integral part and a key pillar of the Dynamics for e-commerce system. The next pillar is about the symmetrical omni-channel retail services. So the entire the Dynamics for retail is based on a set of services made available at the channel. These services can be reused across any channel. So for example, the services for pricing or sales tax or shipping can be the same as what it would run in a point of sale as it can run in the online store. Some other services of interest is discount and promotion services, right? So we have a ability to compute the discounts that are configured in AX across any channel. So they are like satellite DLLs that are available in the online store that enable you to compute the complex discounts that you can set in AX. The quantity and store availability services, this is another big part of this. You will see this actually in the demo where we expose the quantity that is currently available basically in the online store web pages. So with this, the user can make decisions on whether they want to pick it up in one store or they want to pick it up in another store. The e-commerce system today is based on SharePoint 2013, and this enables a really strong developer platform that allows extensibility across web pages. What we ship as part of the Dynamics for e-commerce system is a starter storefront. The starter storefront enables you to reuse the web parts that are available as part of the starter storefront in a customized installation. There are two starter storefronts that we will be shipping as part of the R3 release. There is the Contoso storefront and its controls, and also we will be shipping another storefront which is an apparel or a fashion storefront, which is also available for reuse as needed by each of the verticals. SharePoint 2013 itself provides a very strong search-based system, and that's primarily what we leverage for a very scalable way to retrieve data, and also provide a very rich experience with search as a capability that is used across refiners, is used across category navigation pages, and is used across the main is used across being able to even render things like popularity web parts, to be able to take click-through data and be able to render a set of products that is related to a set of products, and so on. So we've used search in a very inherent way in the system, and this is part of the SharePoint 2013 background of e-commerce itself. Retail data exchange and commerce runtime are two other components that are very much part of the developer platform, and we'll go into it in a little bit detail in the next couple of slides. With all this comes an integrated payment system. We do have out-of-the-box payment providers available for the US and Canada. and there will be additional integrations that can be made using the payment SDK for other countries. The end-to-end e-commerce system is shown here in this particular diagram. What you see on the left-hand side here is Dynamics for AX. So the retailer essentially interacts with Dynamics for AX to make all the configurations, to set up the channel, to set up the catalog, to set up merchandising. So all of that is done on the left-hand side here using the Dynamics AX for Retail system. Once the catalog has been set up, the catalog is published into SharePoint 2013. The online store bits, the front-end bits, run as part of SharePoint 2013. The commerce runtime services for pricing, sales tax, shipping, and multiple other things basically run as a set of DLLs that run in process with SharePoint. So the customer now sees the web storefront in SharePoint 2013 and interacts with the online store. So as they go about going through the online store and making purchases, they submit an order. The order is now returned back into Dynamics AX. Once it comes back into Dynamics AX, it goes through fulfillment in Dynamics AX. So now it goes through the standard pick, pack, ship, right? So as it goes through these operations, the status of this order is visible to the consumer. So he can track his order as it goes through the various states. So this is the overall architecture of Dynamics for e-commerce. On the left-hand side here, what you see is Dynamics AX for Retail. So there are fundamentally 4 components that we talk about when we talk about the e-commerce system. There is AX for Retail on the left-hand side. There's CDX that basically facilitates all the data exchange across AX and SharePoint. We have the CDX sync service, which does batch synchronization across AX and SharePoint. And there is the CDX real-time service that we can call into from the online store to essentially retrieve data at real time. Then there's the commerce runtime services, which is a third component. In this diagram, this is pulled out, but for the purposes of this discussion, please assume that this is a set of DLLs that is basically embedded within the SharePoint 2013 server. So the commerce runtime services is basically the pricing, shipping, quantity, availability, and the like. These are the set of DLLs that are within the SharePoint 2013 server. The fourth component of the e-commerce system is the SharePoint 2013 server. The SharePoint 2013 server consists of the product catalog site collection, which hosts the interim data of the product catalog. So when the data is published from AX for Retail into SharePoint 2013, it goes through the SharePoint connector and goes into the product catalog site collection. This data is then crawled and loaded into the search index. The publishing site collection and the e-commerce web parts within that basically access the search index and retrieve data. Besides the e-commerce web parts that retrieve data for gallery pages and the product detail pages and the like, we also have certain web parts that interact with the runtime services. For example, the shopping cart. Right, so the shopping cart web part now goes through a commerce AJAX service and interacts with the runtime services. So we have a set of 2 types of web parts in the online store. One that interacts with the search index and another that interacts with the commerce runtime services through the AJAX service. And in general, the transaction web parts like shopping cart, prices, item availability, all of these will interact with the runtime services directly, and the web parts that are available as part of the part of the browse experience, like the gallery pages, the product detail pages, the popularity web parts or the and so on will essentially interact with or recommendation web parts will interact with the search index. We won't go into a whole lot of detail here in this diagram, but this is more of the farm architecture itself, of how the physical architecture of how the system is will be structured, and with specially highlighting the commerce runtime services. What you have on the left here is AX, right? You have the client, the AOS, and the DB. You have the data exchange real-time service and the data exchange sync service that's available. You have the web server, the front-end web servers, right, that will host the CRT. And of course, you can scale this out fairly well. And then there's the SharePoint backend server, which hosts this Commerce Runtime database, CRT, and the publishing job that actually takes this data and pushes it out to the SharePoint backend components. This physical architecture actually supports very good scale out in terms of supporting multiple different kinds of load. So now going on to the new features in AX 2012 R3. The features in R3 have been pivoted along three basic pillars. There's the consumer experience, where the focus has been on how we can improve the consumer of the online store, their experience. There's the focus on the retailer itself, and how we can improve the ability for retailer to improve the overall experience in the online store by trying out different kinds of configurations. And then finally, the developer and IT pro experience. Like we talked about, a key pillar is the developer platform as part of the Dynamics for e-commerce system, and essentially the ability to be able to leverage the web parts, the ability to be able to customize and use the online store. So this is something that we have focused on, including deployment topology and the like. The retailer experience itself, one of the key features we have added is item availability. So item availability is something that is synced on a regular basis from AX into the Commerce Runtime DB. And this can be synced as frequently as a couple of minutes and so on using the AX sync service. What we have done in R3 is we have exposed this in the product gallery pages, and you will see this in the demo, and product detail pages. We have also exposed this in when you are trying to do a buy online and pick up in store, so that you can see actually how many items you have for purchase, for example. The second item is about real-time pricing. We have and this is more along the lines of getting customer specific pricing and being able to get the pricing from the Commerce Runtime services. Again, the pricing configuration is synced on a regular basis between AX and the Commerce Runtime DB. The real-time pricing allows you to actually get back the adjustment prices, the retail discounts, and all of this into the online store itself from the Commerce Runtime services. We also have enabled customer specific pricing, so you can set up trade agreements that are customer specific, right? So the AX trade agreements where you do line discounts, or you do or you're able to do a price that is specific to the customer itself. So in this experience, what will happen is the anonymous customer can get one set of pricing, and each customer can get a different set of pricing. So we can have a customer who gets a discount that is 30% off of all products, for example. And when he views the products in his cart, he'll be able to see the discounts that apply specifically to that particular customer. Then another feature that we have enabled is the campaigns on Facebook and Twitter. So we have the ability to compose discounts and support discount codes in the Dynamics AX for retail. What we have done is we can take this discount codes associated to a campaign within AX and then promote it into Facebook or Twitter. So this promotion that we put out on Facebook and Twitter is included with a barcode, and this barcode can be scanned in the point of sale or used as is in the online store for any transaction, and doing so essentially applies the required discount on the specific transaction itself. Other features that have been included is kits. Kits is the ability to compose one or more items into a bundle. So the retailer can configure this by composing and pre-configuring the specific configurations that will be supported by a kit in an online store. So once this is done, this is available in the online store for the consumer to then select the various components. You will see that we have invested in a fairly rich experience by which the consumer can actually select what is the variant of the component that they would like to use for each kit. So within the supported configurations, they can make a selection and actually choose the set that they would like to use in terms of components for that particular kit. We also have a feature of store catalogs. Store catalogs enable you to see specific catalogs from each brick and mortar store. So in doing so, what you can see is you can see a set of products that are shown with the enrichment and price as visible in that particular store. There's also the ability to add these to a wish list. So the store catalog items can either be purchased online for pickup in store or can be bought in store itself. So you can add it to the wish list and then go into the store and then make the purchase itself. These scenarios are made available for specifically delineating between in-store price and online store price. So the ability to view and decide whether it's the in-store price that you would like to avail, in which case you can add it to the wish list and go into the store and buy it. Or if you would like to do it as a buy online, you can do so and make it as a purchase online. We also have third-party marketplaces integration, and this will be made available as a sample SDK. The sample SDK will contain integrations to eBay and Amazon. The extensible SDK to plug in other marketplaces is also made available. So this sample is treated as basically an example of how you can plug in and integrate for other marketplaces. We have made a reasonable amount of investment on recommendations for this release. We have introduced promotion teasers. Promotion teasers essentially become available for quantity and threshold discounts. So for example, if you have a discount that will apply for buy two and get them at a lower price, then there will be a promotion that will show up in the cart that essentially tells you when you buy one item that it says buy one more and you will be able to avail of this particular promotion. And similarly, this will also activate at the order level for threshold discounts. Another recommendation web part that we have added is based on transaction history. So all the transaction history from various channels come into AX, and we are able to mine this data and actually create links between products. So basically the notion that person who bought this also bought this. So these kind of web part is also exposed in the online store by looking at transaction history. And as transactions grow and there are more and more transactions in the system, this recommendation web part will evolve and make available multiple other products that will have affiliated data with it. Wishlist. So wishlist is a very much used feature in many of the online stores, and we are introducing this in the product gallery and the detail pages. You will see a button that can be used to add a product to a wish list, add a new wish list, and the like. We allow you to use multiple wish lists. We allow you to choose which wish list the product goes into. The wish list can be viewed, and the items in the wish list can be added to a shopping cart at a later point, and then checkout experience is supported with it. Another key feature that we have introduced is the wish list is available for cross-channel scenarios. So the wish list is actually persisted back in AX and available across channels. So a point of sale can, a sales clerk looking at this in an in-store scenario can view the wish list of a customer, and in doing so they can decide whether they want to promote a certain product to them. So it shows up as a suggested product to the sales clerk, so that they can interact and sell a specific product to the customer itself. Socialize. We think about the social aspects of e-commerce in general as a pretty pervasive experience. In R3, what we have added is also the ability to like, tweet, and be able to pin products, for example. So the ability to like the home page is something that you will see in the footer. Similarly, you can also tweet it, and you can also like or tweet or pin specific product detail pages. So all of these abilities is available as part of the R3. Another feature that we have added is gift cards. The ability to redeem gift cards. You can purchase gift cards online, and in doing so you can specify whether you would like electronic delivery or you would like to ship the card to a certain address. Electronic delivery is something new that has been added in. It's supported wherein once the gift card is invoiced, it will be emailed out to the recipient itself that's specified during checkout. Redeem is another feature, so you can specify a gift card as one of the payment types, and we'll see this in the demo also. So you can specify the gift card and specify an amount you would like to put on the gift card, and this is brought back using the real-time service call and immediately reflected to say what amount is left in the gift card. Loyalty is something that is extensively improved in R3. The ability to create multiple programs, the ability to create to join a loyalty program from online. Once the loyalty program is joined, we can redeem points, any accrued points from there. The ability to accrue points across all transactions. So once you have a loyalty card on account, it will continue to accrue points based on the transactions. And loyalty is also sort of a payment type now, so you can it's a payment method, so you can also use loyalty in combination with a credit card, or credit card with a combination of a gift card and loyalty. So there is multiple opportunities of using different payment methods together to complete the transaction itself. In addition to the standard loyalty features, we also have the feature of being able to tie an existing AX customer to the online customer. So this is done through the email address today in the starter storefront. So you can specify an email address, and if we find this email address in AX, we will enable you to reuse the AX customer and send you an activation email suggesting that we have found the record. Once you click on the activation link, you're taken back into the online store portal where you can register the new customer using the same email address and specify an online password. So this experience is something that we have enhanced. Developer and IT Pro experience. So one of the key changes we have made is the ability to deploy multiple storefronts in a single SharePoint farm. This greatly improves the total cost of ownership. It allows the ability to host multiple online stores across countries, for example, in a single SharePoint farm. So with this ability, there's also the ability to do multi-language sites very nicely. And in fact, we have demoed that during the CTP4 time frame also, and we will try to show it here. The next thing is about, we have also included an apparel storefront, which is a fashion storefront. One of the key ideas here was showcasing another storefront is, of course, the ability to customize the UI look and feel becomes apparent. But beyond that, we also want to make more controls available. You will see different types of controls that are made available, including a size picker and the like that's made available in the fashion storefront. We have invested in adding a lot more controls across the board. You will see the size picker, zoom, category landing, category promotions, you will see. And beyond this, this is the custom navigation controls that you will see. You will also see a far more enhanced checkout control that allows multiple payment methods like the gift card, loyalty and credit card, the ability to show the loyalty, a control that shows the loyalty details. And with this, we have also focused on the ability to reuse these controls. We have made investments along to host multi-language storefronts. The ability to deploy different languages from a single company into a single SharePoint farm is something that we have focused on. We've also added the ability to translate everything in AX and then bring it down into the online store. This is from everything from the dimensions to data itself, category translations, product translations. All of this can be done within AX and then brought down into the online store. With this, we'll go into the demo.